Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I'm still a little sleepy from my previous review, but I'm a little bit more awake, so hopefully this one will be even better than the last one. But we'll get into that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my back room today, which means we get Peter Cannon Thunderbolt poster behind me. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? Except for 20 episodes, boom, it's my Dragon Ball shirt, which I really like this shirt. And technically, to be fair, in Dragon Ball, they didn't have nearly as much filler. Dragon Ball Z was really the one that kicked that particular trend off of, let's destroy Namek for 30 episodes? Something like that. It was a lot of episodes. But if you're unfamiliar with the Dragon Ball franchise somehow, it is very popular Japanese anime that has been going since the 80s. Really, at least in America, was really like the first mega smash anime. Like there'd been anime, brought to America before, and some of them had various levels of popularity. But Dragon Ball Z in particular was the one that just took off and really helped make anime like a viable thing here in the United States. And, I like Z, I even like GT, Super I don't get into, but I really like the original Dragon Ball. I just think it's a really fun adventure story before some of the nonsense that kind of took over. But, I still like Z too. But anyway, folks, what am I trying for y'all today? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, I just got through doing a review. I did some instant noodles from Cup Ramen. And I went over there, did that whole, or Cup Noodles, I'm sorry. Went over there, did that whole thing, and I mentioned in that I'd only been awake for about 45 minutes. And that was true. Now, that plus the review put me at around an hour of being awake, and now there's been a little extra time, so like about an hour and maybe 20 minutes. So I feel like that's prime Brandon Wenzel time to go over there and do another review, I guess, because we're doing another Cup Noodles. It's boom! It is from their stir-fry line, their somewhat, kind of premium-ish line. This is their hot garlic chicken flavor with other natural flavors. Stir-fry Asian noodles in sauce. It has 4 out of 6 peppers, so I'm guessing it's got some heat to it. Hopefully it does, because, what with me being awake, I mean, like I said, I'm fairly awake, but, help try to get some of the gunk out and stuff, and, so I figure what the hell. Plus, it's basically just my breakfast. So let's get a thing for the thing. I always like to do a noodle pull when I do these. Like this. And just ha 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 ha. Let's give it a go. Okay. Yeah, it's got a little kick to it. Not a huge kick or anything, but I don't know if I'd say 4 peppers hot, but it does. It kind of gives you a nice little hit to the back of the throat. That's actually nice. I like that. Like I said, I don't know about other people because I'm only who I am, but I know for me, especially if I sleep for like a long period of time, my body tries to go into like a chrysalis state. It's just like I'm gonna get gunk in my eyes and my nose and my throat, and it's just trying to seal me up so that I can presumably emerge as, some more evolved version of myself. But as of yet, I've resisted that change. Just stay a fucking caterpillar for a while longer. I am the very hungry caterpillar. It should have been the name of my fucking show. But no, I actually like this. You definitely get the garlic taste. And it's not a subtle garlic taste either. This is some proper stanky stuff. So, if you eat this, make sure you maybe, give your loved ones a little bit of a radius for a while. Mind you, I wouldn't say it's like overly garlicky, but like it's definitely far and away the most prominent flavor in this whole thing. And yeah, it kind of, with the heat to it, It almost gives it like a mild, like a kind of like a raw garlic feel, So it's got that kind of that extra oomph. But no, I like this. In fact, I think I like it more than the other one I just reviewed. Oh, by the way, because I do review so many of these instant noodle things, I have an entire playlist called Ramen Reviews, which is just like reviews of instant food stuff. It's not just ramen. I've done like, kind of Western inspired soups and like instant potato cups and stuff, but shit like that. So, yeah, these are pretty nice. And I like the fact that, I mean, realistically, all they're doing with these, because probably my most go to instant noodles that I get are just the hot spicy chicken from Maruchan. You can get them for like 79 cents a pop. So, they're cheap, they're easy. These are basically just taking that idea and just adding in a little garlic. And one of the things that I do sometimes to go over there and give my ramen a little extra oomph is a little bit of garlic powder. Just a little something to kind of up the ante. This, I would say, definitely has a stronger garlic taste than I do with my personal stuff. Because I try to be relatively subtle with it. Plus, a lot of times I'll add in a little hot sauce for a little extra kick. But yeah, I like these. I think, they're doing a good job. Like, and they're cup noodles. The noodles have a good consistency and everything. They're not like premium noodles, but they're good for what they are. And just as an overall, I think the flavor works well. I think that because it is in that sort of stir fry configuration, so you're using less water, really letting the water just kind of hydrate the noodles instead of it being more of like a soup. You're getting kind of a higher concentration of the flavor with the noodles, and so you get to enjoy that garlic flavor. I'm perfectly down with these. Now, like I said, two questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? I'm gonna go with yes and kinda. I think for me personally, when I review these, a lot of times I am reviewing these for myself as much as other people because, like I said, and I've mentioned this plenty of times, like I am definitely a person where I like easy to make food. As much as I like food, I don't like making food very much. I can do a few things, here and there. But it's all the cleanup and all the prep. It ends up taking a really long time. You'll see things will be like, oh, this is like a 30-minute dish. No, it's a 30-minute dish to cook it, not to get everything set up and then to clean it. Then it ends up being like an hour and a half. And I'm at home, I'm tired. I don't, that's why I eat out a lot. It helps with the reviews too. But yeah, when I review something like this, one of the benefits is that, it's a thing of like, all right, is this a product I'm going to get? And I think for this one versus some of the others that I've had from the cup noodle like stir fry line, which have all been decent, I haven't disliked any of them. This one I think stands out the most to me again because I think it is so evocative of something I already do. Just like I said, the flavor is a little bit more flavorful, so it wouldn't be a go-to for me. There's just other ones that I have as sort of premium ones that I go for, but I could see going over there and maybe picking up a couple of these just to have in my cabinet. I like them. If I'm recommending them, though, here's the thing. First and foremost, who am I recommending them to? Am I recommending them to people like me, who, again, maybe just can't be fucked to cook all the time? Or am I recommending them to people who, are more capable human beings who, maybe just they use them more casually, for lunches and stuff like that? If I'm going over off, recommending them for people like me, absolutely, because I think these are just decent tasting, or, well, I would say better than decent tasting noodles. The flavors are simple, but they work. I like the heat that it gives off. I don't think there's, anything to dislike about them. And again, the flavors are relatively familiar, so it's not throwing you. However, if I'm recommending them to, again, that other group of people, probably not because specifically the garlic. Because if you are going over there, if you are using these in a more casual context, again, something like, on your break from work or something like that, probably don't want to go over there and eat something that's got this much garlic flavor, because, again, might, But in terms of flavor, if we're talking strictly flavor, if you're just at home doing your thing, whatever, you just want a couple noodles, sure. But just kind of, again, take that garlic aspect into account. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there yourselves a truly, I didn't do a hamster cameo-tastic rest of your life. as I did in the previous review. So this review is instantly worse. But final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. I almost jumped ahead. Folks, what do we do when we have to deal with said bullshit? Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Okay. Thought I heard one of my hamsters out. I was like, oh, maybe I'll get in a late hamster cameo. But no. But to that effect, though, here's what I'd like you to do. As I mentioned in the previous one, though I didn't do a hamster cameo on this one. I have hamsters, by the way, in case you didn't know. You know, if you're over there and, you know, you happen to have any pets or anything like that, you know, just always make sure you treat them good, you know. Treat them like the special, you know, members of your family that they are, you know. Like, one of the worst things you ever hear about are, you know, people who mistreat their animals and stuff like that. That just... There's a special level in hell for those people, you know. And I'm not even, like, someone who's, like, into, like, you know, the more spiritual side of things, but it's like, yeah. Anyway,